alive. We weren't expecting you.
I wasn't expecting to be here, but it seems we still owe you a considerable amount of coin for your help with our rebuilding efforts. And though I doubt it's what you were expecting, we were hoping you'd take this as payment.
A star ruby? I can't accept this. It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find yourself the right buyer.
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow from me again. Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about this? I'd have expected Otto. Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working himself to death again?
Something like that. Most days I think he's the only reason the hideaway's still standing.
Same as always, eh? Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, word is he was the first one Sid reached out to. Probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea would never... Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, but Otto's always... And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it. That Otto would just give up.
His death was hard on everyone. But I must...
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who I reckon what he saw in Sid, and don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice as handsome, neither. That, and you keep...
My Lord Marquis, it is you. I am Sebastian Rutherford.
Of course.
Yes, my lord.
And what was so sensitive that you couldn't...
1,000 apologies, my lord.
It's all right.
I am here at Martha's Rest, at the behest of your lord uncle, tasked with learning what I am able of the realms, and what I have learned is grim. The fall of the Mother Crystals, the subsequent darkening of the heavens, has only made things worse. The gears of governance have ground to a halt, and without a steady hand on the tiller, the realm threatens to... Your lord uncle, however...
That sounds like...
It is. Hence my having enlisted...
Alas.
I have lost contact with two of them. They are both able-bodied and trained in the sword. Yet in these dark times, even that may not prove sufficient.
So you want me to find them? I'll need to know where they went.
One I sent to investigate the Republic.
That doesn't exactly narrow it down.
Thank you, my lord. I shall pray...
I'll build a barricade so sturdy, even a bandicoot.
Scouts have reported seeing more Akashic.
Good girl.
Faster!
prepared to fight. Well, it's certainly quiet. If I were Giant Antelope, it would seem like just the place. I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal? Fire and flame! It's over! Now... will it be enough, I wonder? I say that answers my question, which means we owe the lawsman our thing. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? A very big puppy. You do know you can... Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back.
I got peppers to numb your tongue.
There were ghosts at the gates not days ago. Those things I said before.
Milady, I come bearing gifts.
Gifts? Whatever is the occasion. Oh my. Clive, you really have outdone yourself.
Otto asked me to give it to you. To settle the Hideaway's debt with the Veil. And to compensate you for the time it took us to do so.
You disappoint me, Clive. I thought you might finally be warming to me. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around. The man owes me nothing, nor does the Hideaway. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least I could do.
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. Please, accept it. For my sake. And for Otto's. For all of us. For all you've done.
It is rather fetching, isn't it? Very well. Otto is lucky to have you, Clive. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the hideaway are the closest thing he has to family.
Otto had a son.
Long ago, yes. Sid told me and blamed himself for not being able to stop it. I don't know how it happened. Whether there was anything he could have done.
I didn't know.
How could you have? Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrow. An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded.
Gob will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us.
We're still alive, aren't we?
Yeah, but only because
To the meadows, then.
Good girl. Fly, Ambrosia. Don't get surrounded. Ogety said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers. Should be easy enough to spot. This must be our wyvern. You're right. Let's get this over with. That's the wyvern's liver. Now I just need to find the herbs. Bright yellow with a heady scent.
Fly, Ambrosia. Have care.
No need to ride from here. Here. Greetings, Your Majesty. Your reign is over. Now to collect the ash. This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more. That should do it.
What are you looking for? You've a discerning eye.
Do you have any fresh water?
Now I just need to see about getting the word out.
Bad news.
Good, actually. Something worth celebrating for, Che. Only trouble is, the serving girl's still new to the job, so I can't leave her while I go and invite those I'd like to celebrate with.
What exactly are you celebrating, if you don't mind me asking?
I've come by a particularly fine bottle of red. A Gotan 66. No, Gotan Rouge is the only good thing to have ever come out of the Empire. And most wouldn't part with a 66 if you held a knife to them.
So I've heard.
Oh. So you know of it, then? A gentleman who might sympathize with my predicament? Would you pass the good news to a few friends of mine? I'll give you a little...
Sounds simple enough.
So you'll do it. You won't need to go far. All three of them should be right. There's Aldrich the porter, Milan the butcher, and Bolek, a guard over at the North Gate. Three of the finest fellows in Boklad, if you ask me. Stop by again when you let them know.
I'll be right back.
Has this wine turned? Or is it my stomach?
Tastes better if you don't look up.
I hear the brothers found another victim. Believe it.
I believe it, all right. What's that?
The third this month.
What's happened? Pardon me, but would you happen to... That well-notched steel and impressive physique. I have need of a sword for... Might you be convinced to offer...
How exactly do you...
Well, being something of a scholar of Zemeckis history, and I require a rugged companion, lest I find my... Should you accept, you will not only earn yourself material wealth, but part well. Will you ever...
My arms eat.
Wonderful!
But where are we going?
Along the old Zemeckis road. And for quickly!
Wait. I better make sure he doesn't get himself killed.
I see you've been of some assistance to Eloise.
Perhaps.
Finding someone. You see, I've been having trouble with thieves. And despite... I was griping about my lot to a friend of mine a few days back, and now Joseph's a sellsword.
Any idea where his search for the...
The old Zemeckis Road? Joseph's lived a hard life. Made him grey long before his time.
I can't imagine there are two... I've been asked to find Aldrich.
That's me right enough. You need something?
The innkeeper sent me. He said there's a cup of Gotan's...
If he's just got hold of it now, it must have been in the crates he had me carried it.
From the Empire to Boklad. You must be a braver man than most. That's a treacherous...
Such is the porter's lot. There's not a pack. It's Oriflamme one day that the farther you're willing to go, the fatter the purse. Which is why there's... I'd say I've done enough for today to earn myself a cup of something tasty.
Who needs a porter when there's no river?
What's happened? Guards at the gate. Please. Piece of fruit.
Are you Milan?
That's me.
The innkeeper's just had a special delivery. He thought you might like to join him for a cup of wine after you pack up.
He knows me only too well. And I've got a...
Wine and ham to spare. Barclad clearly isn't so...
Comes with being the place everyone has to pass through to get to everywhere else. Those who travel the Crystal Road bring... We get meat from San Brec, herbs from Rosaria. Why, sometimes we even see curiosities from across the Narrow. Or rather we did, till not so long ago. These are lean times. Still, there's no point dwelling on it.
You'll buy something, won't you? Please.
You've raised price.
I'm looking for Bol.
Well, you found him.
The innkeeper sent me. He's just taken delivery of...
I've never said no to a goat hand.
You must be a busy man.
No one's making for the refugee camps anymore. Not after what happened in the... Meaning, they linger here instead. I spend more of my days moving beggars along. What gets to me are the gangs that prey on the poor sods. Some days you can't help but wonder what the... You know what?
Well done. I wonder if the innkeeper might spare a cup of that wine.
Let us through, damn you!
I haven't sold anything in days.
Do you have any fresh water?
I spoke to your friends.
That's fantastic news. It's been a while since we all sat down, and the way I see it, that wine...
How so?
Well, I wouldn't be serving anything but slops without Aldrich to go and fetch the good stuff for me. And then there's Milan, who always sends customers my way. And Bolek, an even-handed keeper of the peace. If those three are the backbone of Barclad, lose any one of them, and the market would soon fall apart. And without the market, I wouldn't have a single customer. I'd say that's worth a bottle of 60... Everyone needs a shoulder to lean on. Be they world-weary... Right, I'd bet...
I hear you had me carrying a bottle of Gotan 66. If I'd have known, I would have sold the thing and lived like a lord. I'll settle for a cup, though, if you're in a
A Gotan 60 Just as well I had something special of my own set aside.
A bottle between the four of us might not be enough to drown our sorrows, but it can't hurt.
The woes of the world may be monstrous in many, but there's nothing like a...
Never a truer word spoken. What I wouldn't give for a hot meal.
When are they gonna let us through? What do you want?
Just information.
Now you mention it, there was...
Which way did he go?
I buggered off down the road, I expect. Now why don't you do...
I not surprised?
You'll hand over your coin. No one's good for
Are you hurt?
Happily. More importantly, we have arrived. Now, feast your eyes upon the colossal vessels. Dash airships, we call them. With very little thought to what oblige me if you would. Does anything... Though we ourselves find fallen ruins to be nigh indestructible, whatever gouged the final sin from the rock cleaved clean through the structure, you see, a tantalizing mystery, no doubt. But merely one of... Come, good sir. Our expedition continues.
He's passionate. I'll give him that.
We don't want any...
Neither do I.
Well, we haven't seen...
Yes, we have. We saw him climbing up the rocks. Those ones.
Maybe he found his thieves.
Mum won't let me near them. She said there's goblins.
Shh, now. You've said...
I only told him what you...
I'd listen to your mother if I were you. Did Joseph's thieves really lug their stolen wares all the way out here? I think we found our thieves. They don't look happy to see me. Let's get this over with.
Stop! Don't kill him, he's just protecting his home.
Joseph?
I don't know you.
Your porter friend sent me to find you.
Have I been gone? That wasn't hard finding the thieves. The problem was knowing what to do.
I take it things are more complicated than they appear.
I'd all but ruled out bandits before I even left the market. You know why that is? Because our thieves had no interest in gold or gems or anything they could. Add to that the rumors of goblins in the area, and the mystery practically solved itself. I soon found their cozy little hut. I launched myself at them, full of righteous fury, but the others, they huddled around that food. They stole because it was that or starvation.
So you spared them and earned their trust into the...
These goblins aren't native to the area. They don't know how to survive such barren lands, and once they've learned to hunt and forage...
I'm impressed.
Do me a favor. Let the porter know I'm safe. I'll head back to... Oh, and don't mention the goblins.
Your secrets...
I appreciate it.
All right then. Who's first?
You're going to get yourself killed. Oh, that would not when such majesty stretches out before us. As Moss tells us, a battle was fought here in ancient times. A battle of such. In reaching for their holy sanctum, did man enrage the gods. Alas, the full truth of the matter is lost to time. But we must not dwell upon such things. Onward. History.
This time. Still in one piece?
It would seem so. Once more I am in your debt. And once more you impress me with your prowess. These were no ordinary foes, but ones, though Moss the chronicler concurs with the legends in attributing, he offers little in the way of explanation. Could the ruins we see before us here, in all their elaborate, could the construction of such miraculous edifices have been considered? And alas, all is mere
Not if you keep running headfirst into trouble.
You're
glad to help, but...
I fear I may have rather overstated the case on that front. In truth, you see, even my fellow scholars have grown somewhat weary, and so I came upon the idea of...
That's what this was all about.
I am afraid so. And now, my good man, it is high time we returned...
Fine.
And so, here, your reward for humoring my selfish whims.
Joseph's fine. He'll be back. He certainly knows his business.
A good man to have around. Thank you for
It's not going to be easy. People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
Lubo did well to bring Conrad and Natalie together. It's like herding curls with them.
My reputation will be ruined.
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of...
Pardon the intrusion, but...
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed. Leave me be!
Please, allow me to apologize. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond of guests arriving unannounced.
Radim! Get rid of the filthy oaf this instant!
Very good, Lord Ignac. Would you mind stepping outside for a moment?
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? Oh, no. That's just how his lordship has been...
I don't suppose a single... Then I'll...
The bandits may be no more, but look what they've left us.
It shouldn't be too hard to find goods.
The gentlemen of the town guard is
Fuck! How the hell? Finest cell sword?
Could be I know something more.
Clive, listen! I found someone who says he's heard the rumors about Nan.
Have you?
Go on. Tell him what you told me.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of Karen's been selling steel to whoever'll pay her price, be they knight or neck. Says the more swords and spears she puts in people's, and the more war being waged. And who will they all? Why, the good Reaper.
And you've seen this Reaper?
Aye, it just so. You'll find her right
here in Delamil. Where exactly?
She has a stall here in the market. But it'd be a bolder man than me that feeling bold. Now, if that's all.
Sorry to have kept you.
You don't think Nan's the Reaper?
Not unless she's discovered the secret of how to be in two places.
Eh?
Lady Karen hasn't left the hideaway in weeks. So who has been?
Good question.
And I'll visit this storehouse on the edge.
All right, but...
You too, Goots.
If only everyone here didn't...
what a mess.
You fought very bravely. The safety of the town is in our hands.
Time to brave the Viper's Nest.
Just you, is it?
It was a fairly So...
That's up, die a slow death, boys.
Leave now and we can pretend this didn't happen.
Oh,
Go on.
when the Borgwyn finds out you've killed his men, he'll have you. He only wanted that bull of a manservant, the dim one always clinging to you. Weren't even supposed.
What were you going to do?
The Borgwyn I was only supposed to point the lamp in the right direction. Then you turned. Well, go on then. If you go.
You're not worth the effort. Now, Big. I need to find Goots.
Get your filthy paws off me!
Stop calling and stop spreading them horrible lies about...
Well, that will be easy enough. For they are not lies. Every last word is...
Goose.
He's gonna kill Nan! He said she had to pay in blood!
After what she did, it is only right. That loathsome harpy's very existence is a crime. Goots, was it? I have no quarrel with... Only with your... Run along now.
No.
No?
I don't care what she did. Promise me, or I'll...
Goots!
Enough!
But how did you?
You're a sight less clever than you think you are, the pair of you. Well, the whole thing got me thinking, who in Dalamil might bear me a grudge? And a certain snivelling, though it was just, I thought the years might have taught you some sense. But I see you the same. What was it we called you?
You. Everything that... It was all... And now you'll finally pay for what...
Goots, you... If you want a piece of Nan, you'll have to go through me.
You great galoot. Out of the way, I can handle... So, wet legs. You remember what you told me, an eye for an eye? Wise words, Sam. And now, it's time to collect. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Is he...
Dead? No. But I reckon he wishes he was. It isn't easy going through life one eye short of a pair. After all, I should know.
You don't mean...
Oh, don't tell me. Lost it to old Wet Legs back when we were... Said I'd stolen from his strongbox. I done, so took some of my own. Sorry, lost everything. But he crossed a line dragging poor Goots into this. He didn't hurt you, did...
No, Nan. Still got up, but...
Well, if he does, let's we take the other eye, then we work our way down. But something tells me that we're... Right. Let's get you back to the hideaway.
Remind me never to cross you, Karen.